Welcome back for another awesome episode. Sometimes in crypto, a chart moves so fast it catches everyone off guard. That's exactly what just happened with Internet Computer, ICP. In the past week alone, ICP exploded by roughly 85%, shocking both skeptics and supporters alike. But before you think this was just another pump and dump moment, it's not. There's real, tangible innovation happening behind the scenes, and it's finally starting to reflect in the price. So today, we're diving deep into what's driving this explosive move, why it's so different from what we've seen before, and what could happen next if the momentum continues. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a professional before making any investment decisions. While many traders are still fixated on short-term volatility, what's actually happening with ICP is something far more profound. This isn't just another speculative bounce in a weak market. The rally is being fueled by strong, undeniable fundamentals that no other blockchain in the industry currently matches. ICP stands alone as the only blockchain with a realistic path toward running artificial intelligence directly on-chain, not just interacting with it, but actually executing AI and storing the underlying data natively on the blockchain itself. Think about that for a second. Ethereum can't do it. Solana can't do it. Avalanche, Cardano, Near, Sui, all of them rely heavily on external servers, third-party oracles, or off-chain computation. But ICP, it's built from the ground up to handle both computation and data storage on-chain in a decentralized and scalable way. To put its performance into perspective, a single ICP subnet, basically one self-contained unit of computation, can execute more real-world work than several major blockchains combined. The performance metric used here is something called MIPS, or millions of instructions per second. Unlike vanity stats like transactions per second, MIPS actually measures how much useful computation is happening. And the results? ICP leads the industry by miles. Right now, there are 47 active subnets running on ICP's network. So when even one subnet can outperform entire competing blockchains, having dozens running in parallel tells you just how massive ICP's potential really is. Now, even with all this technical dominance, ICP's developers haven't fully unleashed the system's full power yet. Their project known as Caffeine AI is still running in an off-chain model. But here's why that's so important. The fact that even ICP hasn't moved AI entirely on-chain yet tells us something huge. No other blockchain on Earth can do it either. They're the closest anyone's ever come, and they're still pushing boundaries other ecosystems can't even see. That gap between where ICP is and where everyone else stands is massive. During the last market cycle, ICP skyrocketed from under $3 to nearly $20. And that was during a time when venture capitalists were dumping massive unlocked tokens into the market month after month. Those unlocks were bleeding millions of dollars in value. Yet, despite that heavy selling, ICP still managed that huge run. This time, however, the story is completely different. There are no more VC unlocks left, none. The constant downward pressure is gone. Meanwhile, the project has advanced nearly tenfold since that earlier rally. The infrastructure is stronger, the ecosystem is richer, and the technology is years ahead of where it used to be. Recent technical readings confirm that something major is brewing. According to analysts like Stephis, ICP's weekly RSI, the Relative Strength Index, has finally broken out of a long-term downtrend. That's a big deal because RSI downtrends often last for years in bear markets, and when they break, it signals a potential long-term reversal. At the same time, trading volume is approaching $1 billion, and the total amount staked on the network just crossed $1.2 billion. In other words, not only is trading activity rising, but long-term holders are locking up their coins, a strong signal of confidence. Now look at the broader crypto environment. While Bitcoin and Ethereum are both struggling, with over $1 billion in liquidations across the market, ICP is rising. On a day where most assets are bleeding, ICP managed to gain nearly 30% in 24 hours. That's not luck. That's a display of relative strength. It's what happens when serious investors begin quietly taking positions while the rest of the market sleeps. Let's talk about one of the most interesting patterns currently showing up on ICP's chart. Technical analysts call it the power of three setup, a rare structure that often forms before massive bullish reversals. It consists of three key phases: accumulation, manipulation, and expansion. From March to September, ICP traded inside a tight range between roughly $4.58 and $6.10. Prices stayed flat for months while enthusiasm dried up. That was the accumulation phase, a period where smart money quietly accumulates while retail traders lose interest. Then came October, and with it, the manipulation phase. Prices suddenly broke down below the range, collapsing all the way to around $2.78. Panic spread, stop losses were triggered, and weak hands sold at the worst possible time. But that breakdown was actually a setup. Within days, the price snapped back, a classic trap move designed to shake out emotional traders before the real move begins. Now, we're entering the expansion phase. ICP has reclaimed the range low near $4.58, climbed above the 200-day moving average around $4.87, and is now holding near $5. If it breaks cleanly above the $6.10 level, that would confirm the pattern's completion. And if history repeats, that breakout could trigger a move toward $9.40, representing an 88% potential upside from current levels. Of course, as with any trade, confirmation matters. Traders are watching for a decisive breakout with strong volume and daily closes above $6.10. Without that, the move could fizzle into a fake out. But if that breakout holds, the next target aligns perfectly with the measured range move from the prior accumulation period. The flip side? If ICP fails to maintain support above $4.58, we could see another round of sideways consolidation. But even in that case, the fundamentals remain rock solid. The project's tech advantage, absence of VC selling, growing staking base, and sheer compute power all point to one direction: long-term growth. Right now, ICP's outperformance while the rest of the crypto market sinks is one of the clearest signals that major investors, possibly even institutions, are beginning to accumulate. This kind of relative strength usually precedes big moves, especially when combined with such a clean technical setup. Let's recap what makes this moment so unique. The VC unlocks are finished, meaning no more supply floods. The ecosystem is 10 times more advanced than it was during the last bull run. The technical chart pattern perfectly aligns with what we typically see before large expansions. And volume, staking, and institutional behavior all point to growing confidence in the project. In past cycles, similar conditions sent ICP soaring from below $3 to $20, even under heavy selling pressure. Now, without that selling pressure, and with real adoption and AI innovation backing it, the potential upside is exponentially greater. This isn't just about short-term trading anymore. ICP represents something bigger, the first true attempt to merge artificial intelligence, decentralized compute, and blockchain integrity in a single, cohesive network. That's not a meme narrative. That's the kind of evolution that reshapes the entire crypto landscape. So, where does all this leave us? ICP isn't simply another altcoin riding hype waves. It's a project proving, through hard data and sustained innovation, that decentralized computation and AI can actually coexist on-chain. The network's efficiency is unmatched, its tokenomics have matured, and its developers continue to push limits nobody else dares to touch. If ICP maintains its current momentum and secures that breakout above $6.10 level, the next leg up could be dramatic, possibly doubling from current levels. But even if price action cools off in the short term, the long-term story remains one of the most bullish in crypto right now. When you see an asset perform well while everything else is struggling, it's usually not an accident. It's accumulation, it's preparation, and it's often the early signal of something massive ahead. The last time all these pieces aligned, ICP rocketed nearly 600% in a matter of months. This time, with no VC dumping and a much stronger foundation, the sky truly might be the limit. So, what do you think about ICP's current position? Are you bullish on its growth in AI and DeFi? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay cautious, and I'll catch you in the next one.